back.
Hello, everybody.
We are back here now. Speakers are up.
We're having some technical difficulties because it takes a lot of us to start one generator. So we're going to have to use this machine until we get that generator arrested and then start it again. So we will all try to yell, and hopefully if you move in real intimate and close, you will hear what we have to say. So make neighborly and get in close. It's my honor to welcome Vern Harper up to do the opening. And should I come over to you? So if everyone could stand. We'd like to welcome Vern Harper as our elder for I Don't Know More. He would like to say a few words.
It's a real honor to be here with my brothers and sisters from the four directions. Great honor. Today is special for when we stand up and protect Mother Earth. And my whole belief is in the circle and protection of Mother Earth. And no matter where we are, we need to do that. And it's just an honor to be here. It's very important as Native people that we stand up and protect Mother Earth and do the best we can to protect her. Mother Earth, we were here, I truly believe, as Native people, we've been over here on this center of the island, Turtle Island, for over 5,500 years old, and every day getting older. And our responsibility was we were put here to take care of Mother Earth, and Mother Earth would take care of us, and has done it for thousands of years. But we need to do our job. We need to protect her more, to take care of her. And so people ask me sometimes, you come from a hunting society, you live in Toronto, where do you hunt? And I said, I hunt in Safeway, Loblaws, and other places. But the important thing, I'm a warrior, and I'm the hardest warrior can be. And many of the men and women, brothers and sisters, we're warriors. We're warriors of peace, and that's the hardest. But we need to protect more than ever. We need to do our job. We need to get our families together, get stronger, and take care of our Mother. I was born in Regent Park. I'm very proud of it. In the Depression time. But my ancestor is Chief Mr. Wasses and Big Bear. So we come from good family, good thing. So we need to do our job to take care of wherever we are. This is my home reserve now, Toronto. And this is my home. A few years ago, I want to mention that in the 70s, I was so disillusioned with the churches and the government and everything. I was ready to go to take my family to China. And when I was in Ottawa, and then I had my family together, and I said, why the hell should I move? I shouldn't go anywhere. This is my home. This is the home. This is our ancestors' home as Native people. And we need to defend it. We need to take care of it. And that's why we've got to get our families together, our communities together, and do our job. It's a disgrace. I used to swim in the Don River when I was 10 and 11 years old. Now, you could light a match and blow it up. We need to take care of it. We need to do things, and that's men. And I'm very, very proud to be asked by my sisters. And when I look at Native women, to me, there is no feminism. Our women are the heads of the family, and they take care of the families, and that's their responsibility. And that's men. We need to protect our families. We need to listen to the leadership of the women. I take proud that I recognize the leadership of my wife in the family. She takes care of the family. And without our families, we have nothing. We have nothing. and we know that. You know, for many of us here in the generations, the church and the government has tried to defeather us. Well, I come here with my feathers proud, and as a warrior to stand up, and no one's going to defeather me. No one. And no one's going to defeather my children. I see my grandchildren, little boys with braided hair, proud of being Anishinaabe people, and I'm thankful. Again, I'm thankful to be here with you people, and you are my brothers and sisters from the four directions, and we need to take a stand and really stand up and fight for this land, honor this land. Our land is welcome others, but they must, you know, learn to appreciate and take care of Mother Earth. That's our job as Native people to do it. So again, I want to thank the women. I'm very proud of the women making a stand. The I Don't Know More has motivated a lot of people. But I've been, since 5 years old, I've been motivated. And I will keep fighting till go back into Mother Earth where I originally came from. So I just want to thank you and encourage all of us that we got to, you know, we're in a fight and we need to keep, and to not get any illusion that we're not. We're going to have to really fight, and we're people of peace, warriors of peace, and that's the hardest. So again, I thank, and I want to just mention the heartbeat of our people is the drum. If that drum goes, we go. That's how important the drum is. And the women, you are the drum. You are the fire. You're the ones that make it. You're the ones that decide what family we're going to have. You decide what kind of children we're going to have. And the women have the fire of life. When I set up my altar, I have fire, water, wind, and earth. And people ask me, why do I put fire first? Because fire represents you women. You're life givers. Without you, we wouldn't be here. And that's always important to understand. But you have a responsibility too. You need to take care of the families. You are the head of the family. And I think my wife has learned that. And I accept her leadership. I accept that. And even some men talk against me for doing that. But I honored my mother. My mother was a beautiful Indian woman. And I am her son. So I am acting like her son. I am supporting our people, and we'll do it. I give thank you. And it's important us here in Toronto, the Native people, we put our differences aside and come together. So I thank all of the Native people and the non-Native people too, being here, supporting us. Because you're in this with us. You're in this with us. And we all will either go down together or we're going to, and I believe we will win. We're already winning and we're still here. We're not supposed to be here now. We should be assimilating. You know, I was scooped up in the 30s. To talk about the 60s, I was in the 30s. And they said, by the time we're into this time, we'd be assimilated. Well, we're not being assimilated. We'll assimilate them into us. So I just, again, thank you. And for the spiritual movement, remember we're warriors.
Yeah.
I just want to do a prayer. Our people, we're peaceful people, and prayer is very important. Two things that all of us should be doing as people here. Meditation and prayer. Meditation is very important, and prayer. And I've learned never underestimate the power of prayer. But with the prayer, you have to do the work. You have to do the work. So the prayer I would like to offer for the people. Spirits of our ancestors, we ask you to take our sacred thoughts and sacred prayers to that great energy source we call the great mystery. And we pray for the people. We pray for the four-legged ones, the winged ones, the crawling ones, and the ones in the water. And we pray for the little people. May they always be safe, and we give thanks. Spirits of our ancestors, we ask you again to take our sacred thoughts, our sacred prayers, to that great energy source we call the Great Spirit. And we pray for the people. We pray for the ones in the hospitals. May they get well. We pray for the ones in the prisons. May they get free. We pray for the homeless so they won't be homeless. And we give thanks for our blessings. For each one of us in the sacred circle is truly blessed. And and we pray for the people. Good health, long life, and we pray for peace. We pray, again, pray for peace. May we all walk in peace. May we all live in peace. So I'd like you to pray with me for Miigwetches. Miigwetch, 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 Miigwetch. Hi, hi. All my relations, Takas and Ona. Miigwetch. Hi, hi. Thank you.
Miigwetch, Vern. Thanks for that. Can everyone hear if I'm this loud? Yes. No. What if I'm this loud?
What?
This is brutal.
That's better.
Maybe you can hear it better now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, whenever you're using this thing, we're all going to have to kiss each other because you have to put it right up against your mouth in order for it to work. So we'll be swapping some spits. It's okay. We love each other. So I want to welcome you all here, and you might have heard that today is the 250th anniversary of the Royal Proclamation. We are not celebrating that here. That is not why we've gathered. But we will talk about maybe the actual history of that document today, and how we didn't have any say in that document. And that document actually led to us losing a heck of a lot of land. So, that's what we're going to talk about today. We're also going to talk about our visions for the future and where we want to go from here. And we want to support all those communities, those tiny communities that are currently doing land reclamation or out on their traditional territories building cabins. They are evicting companies from their land. They are asserting jurisdiction over their land and at great risk to themselves. And it's up to us to stand with them so they do not seem like they are all alone. So we have a number of speakers here today. And hopefully eventually we will get this machine going. And so you can talk into a mic real nice, but for now, this is what we've got. So I'm going to call forward a nice, big, tall man who I know can handle it to speak first, and I'm looking right at you. So we have Aaron Zietler from the Haudenosaunee Development Institute to talk to you right now, so please give him a big yell.
Check, check.
Fun of my height.
Segoli, thanks very much. I want to thank everyone for attending today. And I just wanted to give you a few quick comments and overview on exactly what we're doing in terms of the Haudenosaunee Development Institute and sort of the Haudenosaunee perspective on what's happening right now. The first point of information I think that's important to put across to you is I'd like to welcome you to what we refer to as our treaty territory. In Toronto right now we are sitting at the center of what's referred to as the beaver hunting grounds. Sometimes it's referred to as other treaties, but in particular it recognized historically how we all had a common interest in the land. We all took what we needed and we took no more. And we all protected and took care of each other. And this was the agreement that we'd originally come to with the nations internally to Turtle Island. And that's in terms of where we're going forward and what we're looking at is how we like to look at things going forward. There's enough for everyone to share as long as we don't hurt Mother Earth. And when we do the opening, we give the address and we give the Thanksgiving. The two things we talk about, the first are all the people, and that's all the people here today. And it's all the people, and by all the people I mean everyone. It's men, it's women, it's children. Wherever people originally came from across the planet Earth, they're here now on Turtle Island, and we respect all of them. And the second thing we give thanks for is Yonkinistan, which is our mother, the Earth, and how we are supposed to take care of her, and we heard it today. But much more eloquently than I could have put it by our elder about what our responsibilities are to the earth instead of our rights to the earth, our right to take something, our right to extract, our right to benefit where other people are going to suffer. That is not the approach that we're looking forward to, and we don't believe it's sustainable going forward. We don't believe it's an appropriate approach. So with that said, what we have done in terms of the Haudenosaunee is we have started to exert jurisdiction. We have started to say that the Haudenosaunee exists as a political and legal reality, not simply as a cultural reality, but as a legal reality that stands distinct and separate from the Canadian legal political framework. So one particular example that we have going on right now is we have a land dispute with a number of entities, and it's their interest to maintain control over the land. We have said that the Haudenosaunee, the Confederacy Chiefs Council, will regulate land. We now have a land registry where we will register people's responsibility to land over parcels of land, and it stands completely apart from the Canadian legal system. Because, I think it's a big step that we've taken, because I think at the end of the day, and this is part of what Idle No More is about, and I'm just going to leave you on these comments, the time for asking is over. As a Haudenosaunee person, as an Indigenous person, as an Only person, I'm tired of asking. I am not going to give that kind of power to Canada or to the province of Ontario to say that I need to ask you for anything, because I don't. It's ours. We will treat it with respect, and we will treat it in the manner that we have treated since time immemorial. We're not asking anymore. This is the way it's going to be going forward, and we can do that in a peaceful manner, where we respect each other and one another, but we are not taking no for an answer. So those comments, on April.
Just seeing if you're paying attention. I don't have enough hands for this. Okay, right now? Sure. Okay. I'm like trying to
A little bit of
Okay.
rain.
So we're going to move between speakers, music, speakers, music, speakers, music. So just to keep you rocking, keep you dancing, spinning a little, but you're going to love it. So, so we're doing a... Oh, we're going to do an AIM song. Takes me way back.
A little bit of rain. That's okay. A little bit of rain.
Oh, there you go.
Again, I'd like to give my greetings to all my brothers and sisters of the board directors. This song that we're doing is beautiful. This song is called, many of us call this the American Indian Movement song, AIM song. AIM means aiming in the right direction. AIM is a spiritual, political movement, and I'm proud to be an the ones who've gone for it, Russell Meade and others. So the AIM song is very special to us. It's a song of resistance, to anyone who's trying to make us change, anyone who's trying to take away things from us. It's a song of resistance. When we sing it, we're proud of it. And as a warrior, I stand for it. American Indian poetry, the spiritual song of our people, a song of resistance. Resist anyone who's trying to oppress us, anyone who's trying to oppress Mother Earth, anyone who's trying to oppress our culture, anyone who's trying to defeather us. We will no longer accept that. We will wear our feathers proudly, proud of who we are. So, we dedicate this song to the people, and you are the people. Big way.
be scared of.
Amazing, thank you. So we are going to call up a beautiful woman in our community that's been working really hard. One of the leaders in our community, Andrea Kushon. Love her to come up and speak now in the rain. So if everyone could give Andrea a big yes. We're going to be marching soon.
I was just saying today. I was trying to think of what I wanted to say to you, but in terms of the walks that we're going to do, you need to know these are my very favorite walking shoes. They can do 10 miles only. One of the things I wanted to make sure that I was sharing with you is that when I was talking to Wanda today, today may mark 250 days of the Royal Proclamation. It really is that really sad day that the British government was legalized their theft, their legal documents to actually steal our land, and which is sad. The second part is that for us to celebrate is 400 years. 400 years for us to celebrate the Gaswenta. And the Gaswenta is the Kuro wampum that was established between the first people who the Haudenosaunee had come into contact, which was the Dutch. In the meantime, what we decided we were going to do is we were going to share our land. And when you see now, that's not been the case. I look at the papers. And when I see when people are being charged for rape, and they say to you, "No means no." And so I want to hear you say that. No means no. And so what's happening right now until to this particular date is they're looking to rape our mother. They're continually raping our mother. And in last night's announcement with the federal government through Harper, he's signing a $36 billion agreement with Malaysia. And what he's going to do again is to bring and take the resources from British Columbia, which is our family from the West Coast. And it's really critical, and I acknowledge our elder along with the drum, and when they talk about peace and harmony. Peace and harmony means to be peaceful, a peaceful people, and it means to be harmonious when we work with individuals. However, enough is enough. And so then the peace will become a part of what we're going to be looking for. And it's not going to be peaceful any longer. I want to acknowledge this beautiful rain that's happening, because this is, to us as a Haudenosaunee, we acknowledge this as our grandfather, and our grandfather in terms of the thunder beam. So this is really excellent. So they're happy. He's happy to have us come together. So I'm really happy to see a lot of the women, a lot of the females that are so tremendously, and one is very true. The women are very strong in terms of this community. They're in this community along with all the other communities across the country. And it's important that we join forces with our relatives from the other sides of the ocean. Because when we ventured into treaties, it was treaties with your government. And so because your government is not upholding their particular agreements, it's up to you, each and every one of you, to enforce it. And so when we walk together, no matter where it is, that we're walking together as a people for our land, that you and I are going to share together with our young people. So I say young goal for coming out, and I say young goal for the opportunity to speak and to be a part of this beautiful crowd. And that'll be much bigger the next time that we get together again. And I could hardly wait to start walking.
I can do her one better. I got rubber boots and heels. So we're going to do a song by Mama D, who you've probably seen around. She's one of the most amazing kind of political artists that we have, and she supports everything that we're doing. And so she's going to do it guerrilla style, because we can't amplify her, so listen close. Give her a big yell. Mama D!
But the line from the ship to the shore in our command now. To the peacemakers, healers, the lovers, the dreamers before us. Their words are strong, they carried us on. What can we make of this? You have fought as you recounted your great victory. You have sung your many anthems with a death harmony. You have cried to your mother's mother and still you let it be. You would turn on your own operation. There's been a pushing of many souls into oblivion. We have been offered in return an airless Babylon, a textbook heaven we can't touch, the life cut down with pain. You have left poison into hearts, you'd piss on anything. Oh, there are faces from the past you cannot wipe away. It is your peace stolen now by ghosts that lie in wait. For all you took, for all the grief, for all your bloody trails, till now your breath like a wicked storm blows itself across the scale. And on the evidence you're implicated, and on the evidence, oh, we have paid some price, and on the evidence you've been found guilty, and on the evidence it is time for reparation.
Thank you, Mama D.
So tears. Wow.
Okay, so now it is my great pleasure if I can get back up on this table. Okay. We have the right to say no.
You didn't get
No.
too
We have the right to say no. No.
It's raining a little.
Elizabeth and you, Cardinal.
The crow has to cut out for a second because I shall return. Stay tuned. Cheerio. That's a crow.